Good evening. I am Tanisha Laverne Graham, reporting live from the red carpet at the Fairmount Century Plaza Hotel in Century City, California, for the 28th Annual Critics' Choice Awards. Award season is underway. I was at the Golden Globes a couple nights ago. Tonight is the Critics' Choice, and award season is going to be on fire, okay? I've already had the opportunity to interview so many like Viola Davis, Angela Bassett, Henry Winkler, Paul Reiser, the iconic Paul Reiser. I had a chance to speak with him tonight. I got to tell you guys, you want to stay tuned to my coverage because this is one red carpet you do not want to miss. Tanisha Laverne Grant for BlackInAmerica.com. Phenomenal job, Estill. What resonated with you when you learned that you were going to be portraying, this young man who is totally embedded in our emotional psyche?
Yes, very much so. The first thing that resonated with me was that he was a 14-year-old boy. And I feel like in history, sometimes you can age someone up because to you it was a long time ago. But I really thought about how he had dreams and aspiration, personalities that were much alike to mine. And that was very important to me to show on screen and show the world because sometimes we forget that humanity.
What is the biggest likeness,
I would say our connection with our mother, for sure. My mother's here with me actually tonight. And she has been there every step of the way in my career, and I'm forever grateful for her, forever grateful. And I feel like that's the same thing with Emmett and Mamie, was that they were there for each other, ups and downs through and through, whether it was taking out the trash, cooking, or picking up groceries, they were there for each other.
I love that. Let me ask you this. What did portraying Till teach you about yourself?
Right. Growing up in a world such as our own, there's one scene in the movie where she tells Emmett to be small. And I feel like those limitations have really impacted our lives today. And I'm telling all of you guys, never be small.
I love that. So, on a lighter note, let's talk about your favorite films of 2022. Give me your top 5, Jalen.
My top 5 is going to have to be 1, Wakanda Forever. 2, Avatar. I loved that. I actually met Stephen Lang yesterday, and my socks were blown off. Number 0, of course, I'm gonna have to say Till. That's the embedded point right there. But just everybody's been doing their thing, and I'm so excited for everybody.
I usually ask, role of a lifetime. As a young man, you've already had quite a role of your lifetime. When you look at the future of your career, is there anyone else, another story that you would like to play? Another character in history, a bio that you would like to?
Of course. I'm now playing the role of MLK in the Genius X series. So I'm really excited about that.
Go ahead, young man.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So any more of those, I would love to, because it shows us in a different light on cinema, on film, on TV.
I love that. Congratulations. It's a pleasure to meet you. Continue blessings and success, and best of luck to you this entire award season. Huge fan of your work, of your show. What would you like to say to the aspiring journalist, talk show host that wants to sit where you sit, do what you do, but doesn't really clearly understand all of the nuances that really goes into it?
Well, my head writer and executive producer, Jenny Hagel, and I.
Hi, Jenny.
Hi. We started out just generating material, right? We had to put on shows, and we didn't put on shows when they were perfect. We put them on when it was time,
You hear that part?
Yeah. You make the commitment, and then you honor it. I feel like that's the best way to get started.
Jenny, what is your writing process?
My writing process is to write as much as I can. Because that's the thing, is like just to make a pile of work and to not judge it while I'm writing it. And then when I've got the pile, to then do the judging, but to keep those two activities separate. Like if I'm helping Amber write a monologue, I'll write like 20 jokes, 30 jokes, and then I'll go back and be like, okay, 15 of these stink. But if you get into the business of trying to judge what you're writing as you're writing it, you'll never finish it. It's too easy to then feel worried about it. So I just barf out all the jokes, and then I go back and separate the good ones from the less good ones. And then, but to keep those tasks separate, I think, because worrying about if it's good is something that can paralyze new, younger writers.
I love that. So this is an amazing award season that we're having. There are so many wonderful films that are out right now. I have my favorites, one of which is the Banshees of Inisherin. Okay, talk about why it's your favorite.
Okay, so the Banshees of Inisherin was so, I would not have said that I would like that movie, because ultimately at its core, it's sad. It's sad because it's about a friendship that breaks up, and that really hurts my little feelings, but it was so funny.
She's actually tearing up too, so she's sincere as she says this.
I know, it's true.
Hurt my feelings. The Banshees of Inisherin. But I was laughing so hard. When the...
Yeah. I know we can't give it away.
Yeah,
You can't.
And you have to watch it. You really do. It's not at all what you would expect.
It isn't. And because we've all had those friendship situations where we're like, okay, this friendship really isn't working for me anymore. I keep trying to tell this person.
And I know how he feels. There's some people... I'm just kidding.
Comedic sheroes. There are so many wonderful comedians, as I'll say. Who do you kind of look to, like when you come to the canvas and you feel like, dang it, I feel like I don't have anything to bring to the canvas today. Who's that person that you're like, okay, I remember when she, got to a moment and had to fight through it?
Yeah, I mean, I will say that I don't ever feel like I don't have anything. Because I am writing, and it's because I don't edit myself. When it's time to write, it's time to write. I don't write because I have an idea. I write because that's what time it is.
If it's time to work, it's time to work. Just like being a plumber. A plumber doesn't go to a sink and be like, I don't feel inspired. I'll try tomorrow.
Yeah, no.
You gotta work.
I've been doing this a long time, and this is the first time I've had an answer like this.
We are two writers, man. We are here to write.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, we're not sitting around waiting for ideas to come on the wind. We are.
No.
We have the work ethics like you have not seen. We open our
Clearly.
laptops and write.
Yeah.
That's what we're there to do.
It's also because we used to improvise, right? So someone would shout out oranges, and you would instantly have to say a joke. And now with the luxury of taking the time to go like this,
now there's no excuse.
now there's no excuse. Yeah.
But I feel like I want to say that because I feel like when people are aspiring writers, they worry like, what if I'm not good enough? What if this idea is not good enough? And I like to say like, hey, I don't wait for a good idea. I write something down.
So
and
much
I worry,
garbage.
Yeah. But it's somebody else's job to decide if it's good. Especially if you are working for a head writer, just do your work and let somebody else get in the business
It's my job to get you ideas. What I say to our writers is I say, I want everything you're thinking.
Everything inside your head belongs to us.
Yeah, it belongs to, give it here. Get it down on paper and give it to me.
Yes, because I don't care if there's 9 bad ideas, because if there's an excellent one, then great.
Then
and if
you
it took you the
win.
9 bad ones to get to the good one, worth it.
And if you wrote down 10 ideas, you're the type of person who can give me 10 ideas at a time. You're a king.
Yes.
I love that. Everything in your head belongs to them. Speaking of head, this crown girl, who does this crown belong to? Who did this hair this morning?
It belongs to Amina, my hairstylist. She came to the hotel at 7 in the morning and braided me up. And look at this. It doesn't hurt. Like, you know that should hurt. If I got that braided a minute ago, that should feel horrible. It doesn't. Yeah.
And then when
The
she
yellow.
was done with her hair, Amina did my hair.
Yeah.
We put Amina to work.
Got to work.
We put Amina to work.
Obviously, Amina has a true craft because she's doing all these different hair changes
Yeah.
at 7 o'clock in
That's
the
exactly
morning.
right.
And you guys look just absolutely radiant. Thank
do
you.
you.
Thank
This is
you.
astounding.
Thank
This
you.
is really-
This is Zara.
Oh, they don't make a wrong move.
They don't miss.
I'm sorry, but the collar over the drapey is
Had to. I want it to be warm some way, shape, or form today. I'm getting over a sinus infection and, you know.
Well, I think that's why Zara made this. They made this for
Yeah.
warmth. That was the primary objective.
Exactly. Exactly. And it sparkles. We're doing sparkles too. With amber sequin and Jenna's like pink and fuchsia and green. I love it. Kay, you are amazing. You are a bronze beauty in this gown tonight. Who is this by?
It's Valentino.
Can we get a look at the back of it?
Oh, sure.
And it's fit for a queen. Look at my Leo Diva sister. She never, ever, ever disappoints.
My close-up.
She's ready for her close-up. Miss Viola Davis, you are wonderful in The Woman King. What is your advice to younger actresses who want to do what you do?
Fall in love with the work and not the fame.
Soundbite of the year. Woo, did y'all get that? Yeah. Hey, so good to see you guys again. Look at that. Look at the shape. Yep. My girl Dixie Nash. Give you to it. You guys, the lady of the hour is here. Gina Prince Bythewood, director of The Woman King. Everybody is super excited about this film.
Yeah, me too.
How are you feeling about all of the accolades, all of the awards that it's received or will receive?
Yeah, I mean, it's been really beautiful to be able to go through this season and be able to take this film around to different countries, different audiences, and see the same reaction. It shows me, certainly, I always knew, but it shows Hollywood. Just give us the opportunity, give us some money, let us tell these different stories, and people will come.
I saw it in LA at the Grove.
Nice.
There wasn't a dry eye in there.
No, it's that's what you love about going to movies, that collective experience, and that you can all laugh together and cry together.
Y'all forgot how much we missed it.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, what scene is your favorite scene, if it's even possible?
I mean, for real, I love all my children. I really do. Yeah, there's so many, because I love the action, but I love the emotion, and this film has both of those things.
And Boyega, he had an amazing time. You can tell John Boyega had an amazing time portraying.
Never left set. He loved being there. He loved the robes. He loved his throne. Why would you leave?
So what was your idea to cast him? Like, was he your choice from the very beginning, or was there anybody else? Or
No, as soon as I read the script, I knew I wanted John. It's interesting because I saw a video that he did during the protests where he was, really pushing black men to support black women, and he thought that video was going to kill his career, but it made me want to work with him, and I just remembered that, and I just felt like he was a king, and that's what he brought for us.
speak a little bit about authenticity then?
Yeah, no doubt.
And not being afraid to use your voice. Could you speak about that?
Yeah, no, he used his voice, and the beauty of this is he used his power, because normally he's the lead, but he wanted to be a part of this, use his power to help us get it made, and you do not see that a lot in this industry.
I love that. And Viola Davis.
Viola Davis.
My Leo sister, Viola Davis.
Yes, no, she's everything you would hope she would be.
Flawless, you guys, live on the red carpet with one of my favorites in the industry, the iconic Gina Prince Bythewood, who brings us all of the cult classics, all of the iconic films. The body of work just keeps widening and widening and widening. Congratulations again. 28th Annual Critics' Choice Award, Tanish Laverne Grant for Black in America. Thank you so much. Congrats. I love this color purple.
Thank you.
Let's just talk everything, everywhere, all at once.
Let's do it.
I love that.
You like the movie? You like it?
Dude, it took me a second because I'm like, okay.
It's a lot. It's a lot in the beginning.
It is. But that doggone Jamie Lee Curtis.
I mean, Jamie, Key, Michelle, like what a dream team, along with Stephanie. I was just in awe the whole time while shooting, watching them work and watching them have so much fun.
I love that you pulled the question right out of my mouth. because that's what I was going to ask. Like,
Fun,
just
man.
a day in a life, like.
Just I mean, even the Daniels, what they do is just like, it's fun. It's like summer camp. You're just in there doing weird things together that will make sense eventually, and it does, and we see it, and we see it on screen.
I love it. So there are some other amazing films out. What are your top 5 films of this award season that you are rooting for?
You know, I really enjoyed Avatar a lot. I really enjoyed Avatar. It was just a massive film, a massive undertaking.
I haven't had a chance to see Avatar. That's one of the few left, but I did see Top Gun Maverick.
I mean, yeah, that one. It's just the theater experience in those two films are just something special, and why we go to the theaters.
And it's also nostalgia for me.
Oh hell yeah! I mean, like,
I'm probably old enough to be your mom.
no, you're not. You look young, baby. Come on, stop it.
I'm probably old enough to be your mom. So for me, it's like really nostalgic, watching like Top Gun Maverick. What else you got for us? So there's Avatar. We both agree on Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, I think the Fablemans is just talk about nostalgia. It's like the year of nostalgia, right? Like it's literally the year of like kind of maybe people didn't know, like younger kids didn't know anything about these stories, and then seeing someone like Steven Spielberg be able to retell his story finally while doing all the work that he's. I mean, it's just really incredible.
Breathtaking. I love everything about the Fablemans and Michelle. Oh God! Sometimes I
It's
just
the name too, man. The Michelles, man. The Michelles be killing it.
I just wanted to choke her. I'm like, John, don't hurt him. Don't hurt him. So, what is a day in a life like for you? Being in this industry, it's very competitive. People look up to you, admire you. They want to do this job. What do you want to tell them in terms of encouragement?
I just remind myself. I mean, throughout time, like, when you're having fun, everything is going to go okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to lead out with that. When you're having fun, everything is going to go okay. Tanish Laverne Grant.
Our outfits are fun.
We got to like purple. Thank you so much, babe. Kay, congratulations on Knives Out. You are absolutely amazing. Thank you. I just have one quick question for you, iconic gentlemen. Outside of your own projects, what are your favorite films for this year?
Let's see. I really like Top Gun Maverick.
Top Gun Maverick too. Nostalgia purposes too.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's just it's the perfect action film. I mean, it's the way they should be made. I just loved
The
it.
fact that Tom Cruise did all his own stunts sometimes.
That's great. I do all my own stunts as well.
Me too.
Do you both?
Yes. Mostly bathtub. It takes enormous precision to get in and out.
You know what? I get that.
Yeah.
I have 5 screws in a titanium plate in my right foot.
There you go.
So I completely get it. So you don't have a favorite film going into like 2023?
The thing is, it's been a really good year.
Yeah.
And the breadth is, you can have something as breathtaking and vast as Avatar, or something as intimate as The Fablemans, or as challenging and beautiful as Tar, or Everything Everywhere. You have
all the good ones.
it's a feast.
Thank you so much.
I'm not good at taking favorites on a feast.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for your time. Look at that, you guys. This has been an amazing carpet. I'm so glad I pushed through.
You look wonderful.
Thank you. So do you. I love this cream suit.
Thank you.
So let's just talk about Mr. Tillman. What resonated with you when you learned you were going to be a part of Severance?
I was beside myself because this cast is absolutely phenomenal. And Ben Stiller is, he's been in the game for so long. So I was just hoping that I wouldn't ruin it,
Oh, no. So what's a day in a life like for you? I think so many young actors don't understand the many nuances of a day in a life and the level of discipline that it really takes. They see these moments and they're like, oh, I want to do that.
Yeah. It does. You said it. It takes a lot of discipline and a lot of focus. I think what's so beautiful about where we are right now is that anyone can create content and have it seen. You have the TikTok and the Instagram and so forth. So it's great. And all the young people out that are watching, create your own content. Tell your stories.
I love that you said the TikTok.
I just dated
myself. I was going to say the TikTok. I was like, is he Gen X? The TikTok.
Yeah, I said it.
You guys have the TikTok and the Instagram. Too much. So I've been asking everyone on the carpet tonight, as we kick off award season, we got the Golden Globes. Today we're here at the Critics' Choice, 28th Annual Critics' Choice Awards. What are your top 5 movies that you are rooting for
Oh my gosh.
for this award season?
The Woman King is definitely top on my list. I saw that and I cried. It was
Viola Davis was so breathtaking in that.
She was. That entire cast was just so beautiful. And so I'm rooting for her. I'm rooting for the director, that whole production at large.
Gina Prince Bythewood.
Yes.
Secret Life of Bees.
Yes.
Love and Basketball.
I mean, come on.
Right?
Love and Basketball. Like, let's go.
Stop playing.
Let's
right?
go. Yeah.
I love
it's
it.
great.
So what else we got?
Oh my gosh. I'm blanking on the other ones. The one that stood out to me was The Woman King, but
We can go with that. So my question to you is, Emmett Till. Did you get a chance to see that?
I did not. I have been, can I be honest with you?
Okay.
I've been nervous about seeing,
I get it.
Rightfully
so.
I am fully in support of the movie and of the team and the acting team, the creative team.
I understand, why you feel the way that you do about it. Okay, so I'm going to skip that question, and I just want to ask you then, what advice would you give to your younger self, to your 14-year-old self?
Trust yourself. You were made for this.
And you know what? I'm going to lead out on that. You were made for this. You were made for this. You were made for this.
Yes.
I was made for this.
Yes, you are. That's why we're here.
That's why we're here. Live on the red carpet at the 28th Annual Critics' Choice Awards. If you ain't watching Severance, watch it.
Get on it now.
Sci-fi.
All right now.
All right, thank you so much. How are you feeling tonight? You always look amazing.
You.
Thank you.
We just dust off our tuxes. That's all we do.
You know what? You guys have it so easy.
We do.
You do. So
I
easy.
know.
Let me ask you this. What are your top 5 films of 2022 that you're rooting for in award season?
You know what? I don't know.
What?
I've been watching a lot of limited series, but I just saw 1985 last night. It's Argentina. Oh man, what a amazing, historical, frightening. It's all countries have stories like that.
Yeah.
United States is no different. You talk about the genocide of the Native American people, what they did to the Japanese internments, and black folks. It's just if you gotta acknowledge it and own up to it and learn from it and hopefully get bigger.
But people have such a hard time doing that.
Yeah, because the human nature is try to protect oneself, protect the company, protect the country, and but the people know, and you might as well. Countries are families, made up of families, and all families got mess.
I love that. All families got mess. I know my family has. We have our fair share of mess. I want to talk to you really quickly about the power and sustainability of longevity in Hollywood. Because my goodness, you've had quite a career.
Together with the Queen and
doggone People versus O.J. Simpson.
Someone just saw Ann Ziff, who was the chairman of the board at the Met in New York, just saw it. And we're blessed to do good work, and eventually people come up and see it, and we'll see each other down the road, and they'll go, Courtney, Angela, I had no idea. Say, well, we just work, baby.
Yep, that's it. You just work, baby. Thank you so much, Courtney B. Love you too. Live on the red carpet with one of my faves, the iconic and legendary Courtney B. Vance, 28th Annual Critics' Choice Awards. Congratulations on all of the accolades your show is receiving.
Thank you so much.
How does it feel to you to be part of a cast that is just sweeping award season right now?
I'm pinching myself. Maybe you should pinch me. Maybe then I'll wake up, Yeah, it's been incredible. It's been unbelievable. I've been enjoying every moment of it. I work with a great group of people, a stellar cast, great group of writers, and it's been the most incredible event of my whole acting career.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What's a day in a life like for you? Because I don't think people fully understand like the day in the life of an actor, like how early the call times are. And
5:30, 6 a.m. That means you got to be up at 3:30, 4 o'clock, shower and get there. They're long days, and we have a very efficient crew that they don't like to make them long days, but we do get them in there. And the best part for me is when I get there and I see my castmates. Yeah, we have a good time with one another.
there are some amazing films this season that are nominated. What have you watched this season that you're definitely rooting for?
Wow, I saw Till, and then I saw Avatar also. I was just in London, and I saw Avatar there. And there's one more.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
But Avatar and Till. There you have it. We are rooting for Till tonight, live on the red carpet at the 28th Annual Critics' Choice Awards. Thank you so much. This is the iconic and legendary Paula Reiser, one of my faves in Hollywood, in comedy. Mad About You, My Two Dads. Congratulations
Thank
on the
you.
Critics' Choice nominee.
Go back to legendary. I enjoy
You are legendary, absolutely. Me and my sister used to love your shows, and
That's
still
so
do.
sweet.
We love your work.
Thank you. We're here tonight because Reboot is nominated, which I'm so happy about because it's a great show. It's a little confusing to me because it's a show about making a show, and it's so lifelike that I often will get confused. Like we'll have a scene where I'm giving notes. I'm going, but I'm not really giving notes. This is pretend, and because I'm simple. I'm very simple, easily confused.
Very simple. That's funny. That's funny. Very simple, easily confused. Okay, so I want to talk to you really quickly about the sustainability and longevity of your career. You know,
It's got to stop at some point, don't you think?
No.
I don't know. I'm just judging from my wife because she tells me a little of me goes a long way. So no, I'm teasing. I've been really lucky. I have. I get to do all these great shows. And then when I'm not doing shows, I get to go out and perform stand-up, which is my first love. That's the thing I really love doing. So I'm, knock on wood, don't tell anybody, but I'm having fun.
What's your writing process like? And can you give any advice to, younger comics out there, who kind of may not really understand the nuances of the writing process?
It's the writing process. The only thing I've ever told young comics is just get up and do it as often as you can, and you won't be good for a long time. But you have to know that, because you think you're good, and I did in the beginning. I went up twice. I went, all right, I think I have this. And then 10 years later, you go, oh, I think I now know what I'm doing. So yes, you have to put in the years.
All right, so
Start young.
Well, that's what I tell people. Start as young as possible.
Yes.
If you can, be one of the lucky ones to identify what it is you want to do early and stay at it. All right, so we're kicking off award season. We already had the Golden Globes. Tonight is the Critics' Choice. What films have you seen in 2022 that you are rooting for this award season?
I'm now thrown. Tell me what's up. What's up tonight?
Okay, so I like The Banshees of Inisherin.
Love that.
I love The Fablemans.
Love that.
Did you see Tar?
I know, but it's on my list. Banshee, I love Banshees. I just made a movie in Ireland that I wrote called The Problem with People. And I went because I wanted to go to Ireland to make a movie. Nobody gave me one, so I had to write one. So I went to see Banshees, and I thought, yes, it is a beautiful country, and I love both of those guys, and I love Martin McDonagh. So I hope that wins something. And then next year, maybe we'll be back to win for my movie.
Okay,
maybe.
so Paul, let me ask you this. In the spirit of Banshees of Inisherin, have you ever had to break up with a friend? And if so, how did you do it? And did they keep coming back like
what
this
I
guy?
do is I cut off my finger.
Don't give away the film!
No. It's interesting because I actually do a bit about that. Guys don't know how to end friendships. Women are very good, and they'll talk about it, and they'll have a confrontation, and then they'll be fine. Guys will just go, I'm not talking to him anymore. And then it dies because we don't have the emotional maturity
Not in Banshees.
to say, I was offended by what we just kind of let it die. But they a lot of them die, and then a lot of them come back. It's the key again, start young, live long.
I love it. One last question. When
These
you
are all
were
great questions.
Thank you so much. So when you were coming of age as a comic
Yes.
in Hollywood, Who were some of those comics that you looked up to?
Well, I started when I was in New York, and I was in high school, and I would go to the Village, and I would see George Carlin. Before he got big, he was still playing little, like, 200-seat clubs. Robert Klein, David Steinberg, and I grew up really idolizing Mel Brooks and Carl Reiner, who I got to work with when I got out here, and that was sort of a dream come true. So I've gotten to work with people that I loved, which is a great thrill.
Okay, I know I said last question, but this really
You're
is
an
my
inquisitive woman.
last question because I have watched this man. I grew up watching this man.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Chester, Pennsylvania, outside of Philadelphia.
I know where Chester is.
Oh my goodness, he has heard of my city. Now you are added another layer of why you're one of my faves. Okay, so enter, the 2020s, cancel culture. You can't say too much in your bits anymore.
We're talking a lot.
We are. But as a comic, do you feel like the comedian is being censored in a way because of cancel culture?
I think comedians always run the risk of being censored, or there's feedback every 12 seconds. So, it's your job as a comedian to know what you're doing. And some people like to push the buttons and some people don't. I've never been somebody, I don't like to make people uncomfortable. So I have my own filter system, so hopefully I will catch myself beforehand before it gets to anybody else's. Yeah, I don't think it's a terrible thing that people you have to watch what you say. It's like, yeah, why shouldn't you? People say, well, you don't want to offend anybody. Yeah, don't offend people.
I love that.
I'm all for it, not offending.
This was such a great interview. I went live and in depth on the red carpet with Paul Reiser, right at the 28th Annual Critics' Choice Awards. Thank you so much for your time. Congrats. Woohoo! That was good. Paul Reiser, the Paul Reiser. Y'all can't tell me nothing right now. I'm glad I came out. Despite my eyelash trying to fall off because my eyes are watering from the sinusitis that I've been talking about all week. But Paul Reiser, man, and he knew of my home city, Chester, PA. How about that? Now we're cooking with grease.